Hello there, everybody. This is Alex from Hardcore Guides, bringing my guide for Evil West on Evil difficulty. Today we're doing Chapter 1 entitled The Questionable Cargo. So just to show off that I'm pretty much, showing you pretty much what I'm using. I have it, of course, on Evil difficulty. I have True Death off. I do have assisted aim support, and that's going to come into play later, more so than... a little bit later. The reason why is because the aim mechanic, when you get the rifle... if you have assisted aim on, it will actually pretty much like do the Call of Duty lock-on thing onto somebody. It makes the game just that much easier. I understand that, this is Hardcore, this is a difficult guide, this is a difficulty level, and having some type of weird modifier on would kind of make it to where the game is not as difficult anymore, which is technically, yes, true by a small amount, but it's one of those things where it's already, I think it's usually on by default anyway, and I just said screw it, whatever. It's actually quite helpful, and I don't mind having a little bit of some things like that in some games, and besides, it's just Evil West, so, I mean, this game's great. This game is amazing anyway, but I don't really think that people probably are going to care too much, so, I don't know. I mean, if it's that big of a deal, well, there's plenty of other guys, I'm sure, that don't have it, but mine will, so I just want to get that out of there. Evil West is essentially, if you don't know, it's a beat 'em up, and it has shooting mechanics, which, I mean, obviously I just mentioned, the shooting. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done a guide, so my entire ability of common sense is just out the, it's all over the place. So just ignore that. But this is pretty much the tutorial stage, and they're going to teach you practically all the main elements of the game, which is just, the usual beating them up, dodge rolling, and if you do happen to dodge towards somebody and then you press RB, I'm using a Xbox controller for this one, and I'll talk about that in a second, about the PC specs I'm running with this one. Well, not the full specs, but I'll get in that in a sec. So, they're going to teach you all about that stuff, about the guns, well, not the rifle, but, the revolver, and what have you, your combo potential, and all that fun crap. So, pretty much, this is going to be one of the more easier stages of the game. I do die at one point, but it's because I took a strange hit out of nowhere, and the game kind of freaked for a second. It was kind of funny. I will be avoiding the paper document things because they are just kind of a waste of time for this playthrough. I will be getting as much gold and as much of the XP that I possibly can. This is not a 100% run or anything like that, so don't worry. Real quick, just to point this out, I think the music that's playing right now is actually, I'm pretty sure it's sampled. It has to be from Magical Girl site, which is, I forget the name of the song. But I remember when I was playing this game for the first time, I heard that song in the background. I'm like, that sounds very familiar. And it was from, well, the anime. So, just fun little factoid. Now, real quick, in terms of my specs, why does the game look so blurry, or why does the game look so ugly? I had to turn down my graphic quality. This might ruin it for some, I'm sure. But it's fine. I don't really care because I just want to see the damn game. So I had to originally turn down the graphic quality on PC, which you can do that on PC. You can't really do that on PlayStation 5, which is bizarre. Real quick, sometimes if there's like a cliff nearby, you can just do an uppercut and just completely knock enemies off it and just save yourself the hassle. So there's that. Now, graphic-wise, it might look a lot less better than what it's supposed to look. It could be at the same time. Maybe my quality compression just got fucked up. I don't know. Or just my resolution's probably just... I'll have to change that maybe next time. But I did kind of tone down a lot of the bloom. I toned down a lot of the graphic quality because this game gets to a point where it's just almost ridiculously hard to see anything going on at all. Like, everything is so bright and, like, filled to the brim of, like, just fire, just causing just so many issues for me to see anything. So this is more so a case of I need to see what I'm doing rather than making the game gorgeous, I guess. But, yeah, and again, I'm playing on PC and not on PlayStation 5. I was going to, but you can't change the graphics. You can't really change, like, bloom or whatever it was or anything like that. It's really bizarre why you can't do that on console. I don't know. It's just... sometimes you can, and some games you just can't. But I was actually genuinely surprised to find out that this game was actually really damn good. Because when I first played it, I bought it on sale, and I was like, okay, let's give this a shot. It looks decent. And then I tried it out, because I heard it was I heard it was decent. I tried it out, and then I fell in love with it, man. It's such a good game. So right there, that's pretty much just a stun maneuver. The kick only usually ever works for that. The iframes in this game are ridiculous. As in that, you'll notice that sometimes I'll dodge at like the last split second. It looks like I'm supposed to get hit. But the game's iframes are so ridiculously lenient and tight a lot of the time for just like basic mooks and stuff that it's insane to me. It's really insane. Alright, so next up we have Edgar helping us out here. He's got the rifle. He will eventually get dynamite in the next fight that he shows up in, but for right now he's just going to go with rifle. It's not really much of help, but, you know, whatever. It still works. Alright, so this is our first true group fight that we have to deal with. This is going to be a thing that's going to be a little bit more common in this game, is having to fight mooks, along with, of course, you know, the bigger guys or whatever. Real fast, those silver glowing objects right there, those are the insta-kill objects that you can throw enemies into if you punch them into it. You can actually punch a bigger guy. I'll call them probably elites or something. You can actually punch, like if you hold uppercut near one of those things, you hold uppercut and then you do like the actual uppercut punch, like, you know, this and that right there on the big guy, he can actually get pushed back into the insta-kill things. And it's been a while since I played this game, so I'm a little bit out of practice. So you'll see a lot of me just kind of fumbling around a few things, so don't mind that. That's just me. I haven't played the game for, like, I think probably by this point, more than half a year, something like that, maybe a year. I don't know, time flies, man. But you can actually take elites and you can push them into the big insta-kill objects if you so choose. So that's kind of a nice little thing to have. There's nothing really over here besides just the document stuff. I checked. I'm looking for chests. I'm looking for gold. Once again, you know, I don't remember dead offhand where everything's at. I don't think I've ever found everything anyway. So there's that. Now, this is the part where I died at. I would say, I mean, it's mainly just, you know, user error. I kind of got a little too antsy with what I was doing. 2 big elite guys are going to spawn, and that's pretty much what caused me some issues. Oh, also, this is completely off topic, but it's right now, we're at the end of October, close to the end of October, and usually about every year, around fall time, around winter time, sorry, you'll notice that, like, my throat or, like, just whatever, I'll start to get a little bit more, I'll get a little bit more sinusy, so I just want to let you guys know that I'll be trying to cut out, if I ever have to, like, cough, you know, whatever, or do whatever mid-Vin video, I think at this point I'm just going to have to. So the professionalism has gone down incredibly. Just want to give you guys a fair warning that this is the time of year where I start getting like sick and stuff like all the goddamn time, because the weather cannot make up its damn mind. So I'm stuck with that. Now 2 big guys. I know what I just said. So you got 2 of these big elite dudes, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do spacing and trying to keep them away, and just whenever I can get any pop shots on them, I just take it. But look at that right there. That dodge right there from that specific attack was just insane how much iframes just gave me from that. And then whenever you have multiple big elites, usually the last big elite that you go to kill usually gives you the finisher move. And then finisher moves usually drop health. And you do actually have a thing, for those that are not aware, or, you know, if you haven't played this game yet, there's a thing on the bottom left that is pretty much your skill usage. Your revolver reloads by itself over time. You can notice like it start to kind of just revolve on its own. If you haven't, it starts to reload on its own. If you notice it in the bottom left, it looks like that D-pad thing, like on the very bottom. See how it just kind of just eventually just pops back up. So you don't have to reload your own revolver. It can just do it itself, which is nice. It's this game is really, really nice with its mechanics. I absolutely love this game. It's really good. So the right mechanic is that health system thing, and then the game taught us about it earlier, like, oh, you know, sometimes you can just, if you're low on health or whatever, you need health bad, you can just hit circle or B or whatever you're using, and then you can get your health, or you get like a free, you know, stim thing that kind of pops up. So that's what that does, and I will be upgrading that to a point where you get invincibility for, I think, like a few seconds on it whenever you use it. So I will be focusing on trying to get myself back to as powerful as I used to be. Once again, another thing completely off topic, Ninja Gaiden 4 did come out, and I did start trying to play Master Ninja mode, and I will admit it's pretty goddamn brutal. So there's that. I did beat on hard for the first time. Like, that was my first playthrough, of course, because I'm insane. And it was not that bad on hard, but then all of a sudden I whip out Master Ninja mode and things just completely change. So will we be getting a Ninja Gaiden 4 sometime this year or next year? Maybe, possibly. This generation, it could happen, so stay tuned. I'll probably just... I would like to do it, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, anyway, this fight, you're going to have dynamite being thrown at you, and notice how, like, the fire is just too goddamn... Well, to me, it hurts to just kind of look at. It's just so much that I had to move away just to avoid it. But, yeah, you can use the dynamite to your advantage to basically take out the smaller mooks. And then I'm just trying to space out. Like, whenever the big guy does an attack, regardless of whatever the attack is, I'm trying to space them out. I'm trying to make sure that they're not, always near me, and I'm kind of keeping myself without having anybody, like, behind me or whatever. So that's pretty much, like, the main aspect of the entire game, is making sure that you have information on where people are at, who's going to do what. And usually whenever it comes to, like, those unblockable attacks, they're not really unblocked, because nothing can be blocked in this game. That's not true. That's a complete lie. Why would I make that shit up? I completely forgot there's actually a shield mechanic in this game. How did I forget, like, half of the game's mechanics? I don't know where that... I don't know. Anyway, just ignore me on that one. So, unblockable attacks are things like this, and... Well, actually, I think you can block those. But those glowing attacks that you see, those are usually unblockable, and you have to pretty much just react to them. But you do have plenty of time to actually react to, which is really nice. This big guy, he's pretty much nothing. He's just by himself. It's not a big deal. But, yeah, like, unblockables, I don't think most people... I don't remember if more than one enemy can do one at a time. I assume they probably could, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what happened there. I think most likely Edgar probably just knocked him down on the ground and helped me out, so I'll take what I can get. And then the rest is pretty much just ending up the game, or ending up the chapter, and yeah, that'll be it. So I'm excited to give you guys this guide. I'm excited to be back, and I'll see you guys next time when we play some more Evil West. And as always, take care, everybody.